David Crosby. Comedian Rita Rudner. Actress Lori Petty. And author Bob Knight. And now, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher.
Fabulous, fabulous crowd. I knew you would be. Well, here now the news. Wow, that shut them up. Well, I have to give you the news. That's my job. People say to me, I watch your show for the news. I say you shouldn't, but here it is. Well, the top story is that the State Department says they are closing 6 of our embassies around the world in the wake of the bombings in Africa because they're apparently not safe enough, and they're going to beef up security. What they're going to do is they're going to put in video cameras and huge concrete walls, and if that's not intimidating enough, then they're going to hire a sarcastic gay doorman with a velvet rope. And that should... Now, in Washington, this is still on the minds of the people who run this world, thank God, who still run this world and are trying to. In the White House, they had a briefing, President Clinton did, in the Situation Room about terrorism. And then they went to the Oval Office, which is called the Sticky Situation Room. Yes, President Clinton was in a pretty good mood the other day. He was coming back from Los Angeles. He was here yesterday, and on the way back on the plane, he gave all his movie reviews to the reporters. You know what his favorite movie of the year was, he said? Zorro. That's what he said. What a surprise. A movie about a handsome hero who leaves his mark. I tell you... Well, there's a further development in that whole messy situation because apparently now Barry Scheck, remember Barry Scheck from the O.J. trial, who is the DNA expert, he says if Clinton had a vasectomy, which that's the rumor now, therefore there would be no evidence on the dress, which is hanging over his head. So now not only is Clinton saying he had a vasectomy, he's also saying he was just getting Paula Jones to sign his cast. And finally, some big news from here in California. Anyone from up north? There was a huge earthquake in San Francisco yesterday, 5.4 on the Richter scale. That's pretty big. Luckily, there was no real damage or injuries, although the response team said they did rescue one woman who claimed she was trapped inside a man's body. All right, thanks for coming. It's all been satirized for your... Let's meet our panel. He is the author of The Age of Consent, The Rise of Relativism and the Corruption of Popular Culture. Bob Knight. Bob. There you are, Bob. How are you? Nice to meet you, sir.
Thanks for having me on.
Sure. She is an accomplished actress, comedian, and screenwriter, and my old friend Rita Rudner is here.
Hello. Am I too pink?
Never for me. Her films include A League of Their Own and Tanker. Her latest is Relax, It's Just Sex. Lori Petty. Hey, you.
How are you?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And a founding member of the Byrds and Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. His new band is called CPR. Also, the CD is called CPR. The rock and roll legend, David Crosby. David, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Okay. All right, I don't know how many of you have seen this week's Newsweek magazine, but is the cover story. It's called Gay for Life, which is my least favorite fitness program. Just making a joke. But we thought we'd bring this up because, Bob, you are the Director of Cultural Studies for the Family Research Council,
Right.
which is largely responsible for this whole idea that's going on now that you can cure gay people. There have been ads in papers about this, and there are two groups, the Homosexuals Anonymous. Sounds like a bathhouse to me, but okay. And Exodus International. And since we don't have a gay person here on the panel that I know of, I will play the part of the gay person and say, well, gays are very...
I've been called a sissy for a girl, but I don't think that counts.
No, that's not close enough, Rita.
Okay.
But if...
I try.
But gays are
This isn't
upset because
stretch.
converting gays implies that it is an illness, and therefore they're upset about that because they say it is not, and I don't know why it should be considered one.
Well, I'm kind of surprised at the reaction to the ads because they have a very simple message. They say, look, if you're out there and you're dissatisfied with this lifestyle and you want to change, look at these people. They've gotten out of it. You can get out of it too. Call Exodus International. They'll tell you more about it.
What do you get out of your skin?
And we get all these... Now, I happen to know a lot of people who have gotten out of the lifestyle. In fact, I'm on the board of parents and friends of ex-gays, and we deal with it in families. Yeah.
When you were gay and then you're... When you were gay and then you're not anymore, do you still like Broadway shows?
Oh, yes, I'm sure. What I can't understand is the hysteria that has greeted this campaign. It's a truth in love campaign. It's saying, look, we've gotten out of it. We've gotten out of this behavior. Some of us are married with kids, they say. What's so wrong with that?
Well, a lot of gay people are very offended by it because it implies, you know, that it's...
There's something wrong with practicing
something wrong
homosexual
with being
behavior.
gay. And they don't
Well,
think so, and there's a great many of us who aren't gay who think that there is nothing wrong with being gay. But let me ask you something really important.
Check biology.
Now, if you can help gay people become not gay, could you help Mr. Clinton become gay and then save the country? I mean, you could really help us out here.
I think he has enough problems, and we wouldn't want to see Barney Frank
we don't agree
going to the
that it's
White
a
House
problem,
at odd
though.
hours, would we?
A lot of straight people and almost all the gays agree that it isn't a problem.
Right, and you say biology. This has been a
Yeah,
part
men and
of
women fit together.
It's been a part of
So
you.
that doesn't hold true.
Men and men fit together?
Women and women fit together. Trust me, I can show you.
Well, let's look. You can show me?
It's really not that hard to figure out.
No, but it's very unhealthy. It's very dangerous.
It's not
behavior.
unhealthy.
No, love is good.
It's not unhealthy.
Judgment is bad.
That's a load of crap.
Two guys having anal sex is not love.
I'm sorry, that's not true. I know plenty of gay people who love each other very much
extremely
and are
unhealthy
stable,
behavior.
good families and have children and raise people and are extremely nice
Probably
and are
nice
very happy.
people. You know,
Well,
they're probably
I don't
great
think
people,
you think
very
so, but-
talented. It's,
Why should
but
that bother
homosexual
you,
sex
though?
itself is
To
wrong.
think that there's something wrong with it, man, is just ludicrous. You're living back like a Neanderthal. I mean,
Well,
really.
before the AIDS epidemic, right? That's Neanderthal.
AIDS. There are more straight people with AIDS than there are gay people. There are
Yeah,
more
in
straight
Africa,
people.
not in this
no,
country.
here too, man.
Oh, no,
here too.
come
There are
on.
way more people with AIDS than just gay people. And to
Hey,
try
look,
and pin that,
65% of
to
the
try
cases
and say
are
that has
gay
to do
men.
with people choosing to be together as gay, it's just ludicrous.
The overarching point to me is, shouldn't conservatives be the ones who are most not interested in other people's sex lives?
Yeah, and we don't want it forced on us. That's what this is all about.
Forced
How's
on
it
you?
forced on you?
What am I, taking you on the table, man, and putting you down? I'm not forcing it on...
I hope you don't want to.
Did somebody,
Who's forcing it on you?
did somebody jump you in the shower?
Look
What?
at the Boy Scouts.
Look at the Boy Scouts.
Look at the Boy Scouts of America. There they are, private group trying to raise boys to a moral standard. The gay activists come along and say, sorry, even though this is a free country, you can't have your values. We're going to try to bring the government
That's not what they
in
said. They
to
said you
force
can't
to
fire a guy
accept-
because he's gay.
Right, and if the Boy Scouts as a private group ought to be able to say, we have these moral standards. We think homosexuality is wrong. And if this country gets to the point where it becomes outlawed to even say
that would be horrible, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
that would
lost
be
our
terrible.
All right, I have to take a
terrible.
commercial.
In Canada,
We'll have
you
some
can't
love.
even
We'll come
criticize.
back.
Politically incorrect.
I don't want to keep going on this forever because you're all alone here, and I applaud you for standing up for what you believe in, even though the rest of the world doesn't.
I'll pretend I'll go
Rest
with
of the
him if it
world.
will help the show.
Well, most people. Well, at least here. You're
We're in
right.
Hollywood, for crying
You're
out
right.
loud.
We're in Hollywood. You're right.
Yeah, it's
A
not the
huge-
rest of
Outnumbered
America.
everywhere, pal. Believe me.
No, that's not true.
No.
There's a huge portion.
people-
Orange
reject
County.
Well,
He's not outnumbered in Orange
Well,
County, but that's pretty much it.
America exceeds beyond California
Yeah,
eastward.
there's flyover
It does?
country.
Yes, it does. And a lot of the ways until you get to the other ocean, and I love the Midwest more than any other part of this country, but I mean, I think if you take a survey, people would say homosexuality
That's right,
is
you're right.
wrong.
Right, and they don't hate homosexuals. They just think the behavior is wrong, and they think it
Can I
hurts
ask the
people.
question because
But-
I have never
But they
seen you
could be
before.
wrong.
No, they're not wrong. Look at the AIDS statistics. I mean,
Okay, well,
look at all the things that
AIDS
happen
isn't
to gay
about gay
people.
people. It's a
AIDS,
virus.
It's a
It gets in
virus
the bloodstream.
well,
And it has
the
nothing to do
behavior
with gay.
itself is inherently
Look, it gets transmitted
dangerous
all over the world by heterosexual
by very
people.
similar practices in Africa.
I think you can get it just by sitting with people like us who like
promiscuous
gay
Same
people.
practices.
Pardon? I didn't hear that.
It's the same way you got born was how it's got transmitted in Africa.
What? No,
It's the
two
same way
men
you got
didn't get
born.
together and create
It's
me.
not two
My
men.
mother and father did.
More
they created
heterosexual
you that
than
way, too.
homosexual in the world have AIDS.
Yeah, in the world, but not in this country. It's largely a gay male disease still, although drug users are catching up.
I have to ask because I don't know you. Were you gay before and then you went to something and then you're
no, I
not?
wasn't. No, but I have a heart. I have a heart for gay people. I think a lot of them are struggling.
You have a heart?
A lot of them have gone through sexual trauma when they were young, and they try to help them out of something that's hurting them.
But do you really know gay people? Have you ever met them? Because
Oh,
it's
yes,
not.
I do.
Okay, but you can.
And I know a lot of ex-gays.
It's like John Cleese saying, "Have you met the poor?" I don't think so.
Well,
They don't agree
questioning
with
me.
you.
You're calling me a liar, and I don't think you should do that, because I
Well-
do know some gay people.
Well-
I know a lot of ex-gays, and they're fine people, and I love them. But
Shall we
I
compare how
worry
many
about
how
them.
many
I
gays we
worry
know?
about what they do, because
I
I know
know
it's going to kill them
1,000.
if they don't stop.
It's not going to kill him. It's
But,
not going
you
to
know,
kill him.
I got a friend dying of AIDS, okay? He got it when he was in the gay lifestyle. He's now out of the lifestyle, but he will be dead at an early age.
Anybody
because
in
of
the
this.
United States doesn't know somebody who's died from AIDS, man, practically anymore. That's
Right,
not
and it's
about
tragic.
gay people. That's about a virus. It's exactly what
And
she
how do you
said.
get that virus?
Well,
By any
you,
kind of sex.
You get it by.
Any
Why is
kind.
it concentrated in the gay community?
Because that's where it
I'll
started.
tell you why.
Because of high levels of promiscuity, because of anal sex, which
Hey.
most straight people don't do.
think
You
you
don't know that.
Oh, it's a big assumption on my part.
Sorry,
Hey,
lost my head. I'm
and
sorry, I
should,
lost my
you
head.
should cut it out because we're not going to give you another liver.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Now,
You got your extra one.
Just can't control myself.
no, you can't, and you've proved that. But
No, we need to stay out of people's bedrooms. Sex is a good, wonderful, loving, fabulous thing,
Yeah, when-
and you should
when
be
it's within
happier.
marriage.
But you
well,
said
then in your marriage,
biology.
you should do that.
No,
Bob, you said
marriage is the keystone of civilization, and the more we get away from it, the more problems we have. The more children that are unwanted, the more sexually transmitted diseases.
What about homosexual marriages?
It's not marriage. Marriage is the union of the two sexes, so that's a counterfeit.
I know a lot of
But that's
people really think you're
legislating
Two
your
guys
taste.
getting
Is
together
that
with two
not
girls, it's not
legislating
marriage.
taste?
Yeah, that's
Isn't
like
that
you're a
legislating
god.
what you think?
I would like
with
the
no
whole
other-
list of rules that you have because I think I'm doing some things really bad.
Well, you probably are. We all are. We're all sinners. We're all sinners. We're no different in that respect.
I know, but
Well,
that,
I could be doing something wrong and I don't know it. I have to.
Oh, you could
He
be.
will help you.
could be.
He will help you.
I am a sinner.
Well,
that-
open the Bible. You'll find out where the standards
Oh,
are.
it's the
really not
print
that
is so
complicated.
small.
The Bible.
Do you believe in capital?
handbook.
Do you
It's
believe
a
in
I thought it was
capital
the Kama
punishment?
Sutra. I didn't.
Yes, it,
Ah,
Okay, homie, he believes in capital punishment. It says in the Bible,
I
thou
sure
shalt
do.
not kill.
it says, "Thou shalt not murder." That's the original Hebrew, and the Bible is very clear on
No, no,
that
no,
capital
no, no.
punishment.
Well, shout
but
right
Jesus
now.
never mentioned homosexuality. It's not in the top 10
Jesus set the
commandments.
standard.
Why is it such a big deal?
Jesus set the standard.
Jesus hung out
Jesus
with
set the
12
standard.
guys.
See, I heard that Jesus is homosexual.
They like ran around all the time. Right?
Yeah, are you sure that he wasn't?
If I were you,
I didn't know those
I would be
sandals.
careful with who I'm talking about.
Well, hey, man.
You're going to have to face him
Were you
someday.
there?
You're going to have to face him someday. You should know
Well,
that.
again, that's you seem to want to like impose on everyone else
No,
what
no, no.
you
Yeah.
personally believe, and
what
that's
I'm
not
getting at.
American.
I think it's fair for you to
If
pick
you
your
look
own
at
choice,
the, if
but
you
it's
look
not
at
fair
this,
for you to impose
if
it
you
on
look
other
at this
people.
gay activism struggle, it was brought up by gay rights people. The so-called religious
would
right
suspect
is merely
that.
holding its turf and saying, please don't throw out a moral code that's been around thousands of years and has helped build families.
But is it okay for
We
them to
didn't
do it for
pick this
themselves?
right.
Homosexuality
We didn't pick it.
predated the Bible, because I was going to say, you mentioned biology, and it's been in nature forever.
And it's been a tragedy, and it's been repressed in every civilization for good
No,
reason.
It
wrong,
didn't hurt the
wrong,
Greeks.
totally wrong.
All right, we have to take a commercial. We'll come back. Leaving the listener in a relativistic universe with a morality of his own making. I thought it was just about dancing. Why do you have such a problem with rock and roll?
Because he hasn't listened to any.
Well, oh, come on. I already
Obviously.
told you I was one of your fans from way back.
Well,
so,
then you must not have been listening to the words, man, because it's not about shedding sexual morality. My songs have been about love and about politics.
That's why I listen to your stuff, but a lot of rock is not like that. It's nihilistic, it's very violent, it talks about tearing women apart. Some of the rock now is so
Are you talking about
evil.
rap?
So, but you
No, rap and rock, grunge rock,
Bob.
nihilistic rock.
You talk about Altamont. You talk about, and if young people don't remember, that's the 1969 rock concert. The Rolling Stones were performing and the Hells Angels were guarding the stage, and someone died because they hit him with a pool cue. And you said the moral restraints that his band had discarded had finally led to murder. You're blaming that on the Rolling Stones.
I'm saying that the message that they sent out repeatedly was that there are no standards of right and wrong, except you do what you want.
Gosh. Hi.
See ya. Bye.
I'm just so glad it's not a gun.
Me too.
Okay.
Don't open it.
That's a pretty good.
Wow.
Don't open it.
This started to remind me of the Grammys.
I've been expecting a delivery. I didn't think it would come right now.
Oh, I've been subpoenaed in the Clinton case. Ooh, boy, I know, that scared
By the way, why don't you use Buddha instead of Christ for a swear
scared like
word?
that since a gay guy hit on me.
I can't believe
Why
you
should
said
you
that.
worry?
I can't believe you said that. Why not use Buddha instead of Christ for a swear word?
Yeah,
you
just
don't
use
think
the word
Buddha's as good as Christ or
You
something?
just use the word Christ in vain, and I wonder why you do that.
Would
when
you rather
America
that we
has
use... Now,
millions
wait a
of
minute. You just
Christians.
said use Buddha instead. What about all the Buddhists?
You're so
There aren't a whole
strict.
lot in this country, actually.
Well, just so happens my wife is a Buddhist.
Do this. Come on, do it. Do it now.
Would you be offended if we took Buddha's name in vain?
Shimmy, Bob. We're all going to shimmy. You shimmy. Come on, Dave. We're all shimmying. Come on. I just want you to do this.
I consider it a compliment that when I'm scared, I go to him. You know,
Do you really
it's-
go to him? That's very
I
encouraging.
don't go to him because I don't believe in any form of religion, and what I don't think is fair about you is that you think whatever you believe should be made into law for everyone else.
Oh, but the gay
And
rights
that's why-
activists aren't trying to oppose their values.
That's why...
Why is it? Why is it? when-
The idea that we started the
Wait, let him
He
talk.
attacked me.
Okay.
Why is it when liberals push something into the public square, and when conservatives push back and say, well, maybe this isn't a good idea, it's the conservatives trying to impose their
Good
views.
idea is not law.
But yeah, it's not law. We didn't try to say we want a law that says you have to smoke pot and dress funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you're trying to make it be a law that we have to wear a suit and be straight ass.
And by the way,
right, right.
believing
Come
that
on.
all Americans can do what they want as long as it doesn't hurt somebody else, that is conservatism. I am the conservative here, not you, my friend.
Oh, no, you're not a conservative.
Oh, yes, I am.
What are you conservative?
That's what conservatism is.
No, that's libertarian.
You are the radical.
No, you're a libertarian,
Uh-oh.
not a conservative, Bill.
More of them?
Another delivery.
I don't know.
Incoming!
Incoming. I got to take a break and get a Kevlar vest. We'll be right back.
Kathy Griffin, Jeffrey Tambor, and Carmen Pate.
All right. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? We were talking about Altamont, and a guy rushed our stage.
Yeah.
That's a little
Without a
creepy, right?
And
Well,
It was creepy, wasn't it?
it was
Nobody
creepy.
got hurt.
Right.
We're all
What did you think
okay.
when his hand went for his pocket?
I thought it was a gun.
Yeah.
I hid
Wouldn't you?
behind
See,
you.
Los Angeles, there you are.
Yeah. Well, oh, right. It only happened here. It's the only dangerous place in the world.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid not. I wish it were true, but
Right.
it's not.
But anyway, back to Altamont. Now, you're blaming this on Mick
Oh,
Jagger.
the Stones?
Right, and really what happened at Altamont was Jerry Garcia, who was the local rock star, recommended that they have the Hells Angels guard the stage.
Right, it was a big mistake. I was there. I'm
were
the only
there.
one here
'Cause
who
you're
was there.
cool.
I played there. And it was a big mistake.
You're watching ABC.